Hotel under the theme Rethinking Cybersecurity Investment to Safeguard the Digital Economy and Its Opportunities. To shed more on today's activity on the summit is Senior Public Relations Officer in the Ministry of ICT, Shoki Kandjimi. Shoki, good evening and thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening, Nina, and good evening to your viewers. Thank you so much for having me on once again.
Shoki, could you kindly share the Ministry of Information Communication Technology's role and objectives in supporting and participating in the 7th National ICT Summit?
So, as per our mandate as the Ministry of Information, we ought to support ICT development in the country. And of course, this is not done in silos, but done collectively through the public and the private sector collaboration. So we have deemed it quite very necessary to really come up with a flagship program on the ICT calendar, which is the National ICT Summit of now, which we are having the 7th National ICT Summit, where we really bring all stakeholders together to really share their solutions, their services, and also just provide a platform for them to engage and partner.
And how does this summit, Shoki, align with government's broader vision and strategy for ICT development within the country?
I think one important element that I would really highlight is collaboration. Collaboration is quite key in our sector because we cannot work on our own. And government really wants to see the private sector coming on board also to assist. And really, it's quite evident with this current summit where you see really private businesses dominating this summit. You can really see their eagerness to bring solutions to the country in terms of the latest trends in the ICT sector. We speak of artificial intelligence, we speak of big data, we speak of cybersecurity, and you can really see with the items that are being displayed here is that they are really eager enough to support the Namibian people in terms of all things related to ICT. And for us, really, as government, is to create this conducive environment where our ICT can play a role. We have seen it in the different projects that the ministry and its partners have really rolled out in terms of ensuring that we have towers across our country, in terms of creating policies and initiatives. Policies, we speak about the Communication Act, which allows for a regulator like CREN to really regulate our communication industry in terms of television, in terms of mobile operators, etc. Then you also speak of other policies such as your broadband, which is quite very important because we have a responsibility as a country to ensure that our people have access to the internet. And really, when you look at one of the topics that was covered this morning was on the universal access to the internet. As we stand, we have 56% of Namibians that are having access to the internet. So there's quite a lot that we need to do, and these are the platforms where we need to put our heads together and find solutions for all these issues that we face within the ICT sector.
Mm-hmm. The theme, which is Rethinking Cybersecurity Investment to Safeguard the Digital Economy and Its Opportunities. What are these opportunities?
Well, there are quite a lot of opportunities. Nina, as many would know that Namibia is not really immune to cyber attacks. It's not immune to cyber crimes. I think of late you have seen stories coming out of people being arrested related to cyber crime, related crimes, if I can call it. You can really see that there's quite a lot happening. But then again, there are measures in place that we can put in to ensure that we safeguard our infrastructure, we safeguard our personal infrastructure, and so forth. So really, there are softwares that many companies are here displaying in terms of how they can keep their organizations and their individuals safe when they're on the cyberspace. And then we also speak about awareness creation. One important element that we need to highlight is that this is a Cybersecurity Awareness Month. October is dedicated to that. And that's why we are also using this platform to really create awareness, make our people understand that, these things that you are experiencing in terms of online frauds and all this, there's a way how we can also protect ourselves as individuals, because if we are well acquainted and well aware with the situation we find ourselves in, then we are able to protect ourselves. So there are quite a lot of opportunities in terms of the international guests that are also here to really just capacitate our local ICT companies to really get all the necessary instruments in place so that they are not easily hacked and they are not easily prone to all these crimes that we are experiencing as a country.
What are government's priorities, Shoki, when it comes to promoting digital inclusion and bridging the digital divide? And of course, how does this summit contribute to these goals?
Yes, the government is really on a very strong agenda in terms of our digital transformation. We, as a government, currently are partnering up with different stakeholders in terms of our e-government efforts. We have recently seen the Estonians coming to Namibia, really assisting Namibia in the area of digitalization. Because at the end of the day, Nina, I must inform you, I think the COVID-19 pandemic has really reminded us of the importance of digitalizing most of our services. If pandemics like the COVID-19 can come back again, then we are well prepared and our people don't necessarily need to suffer. But there are platforms created for them where they can access government information online. I think we have seen that with the Home Affairs rolling out some of those digital services, like you applying for your passport online, you understand, and they continuously implement new stuff. We are looking at a digital ID which Cabinet has approved. And we really want to ensure that we keep up with the trends and the best practices that are out there in the international community. We do not want Namibia to be left behind. So these are some of our priorities as a country, really, to ensure that our people are having access to all these digital platforms, especially when it comes to government services. Then again, we speak of connectivity. There is a need for us to really roll out internet, towers in the most rural areas, so that our people do not need to really travel 100 kilometers, over 100 kilometers, for instance, just to access a network. We don't want that to happen because we are now in a digital era where you find most of the things online. We want to ensure that really our mobile operators, because government is now also in the process of ensuring that mobile operators share their towers so that we don't have a mushrooming of our towers in the country. So we want to put those measures in place so that our people do not suffer but have access to the much needed services when it comes to network connection.
Shoki, just very briefly, your final remarks this evening?
Yeah, no, thank you so much, Nina. I think for us it's just to urge the public really to continue following what is happening here at the National ICT Summit. We finalized day one. A lot has happened. Minister really calling for us to work together to ensure that we safeguard our critical information infrastructure, which is quite very important. We need to invest, we need to work together. Day two is tomorrow, and a lot of presentations, panel discussions will be happening. Exhibitions are here, private and the public sectors are here to showcase their solutions and so forth. We are live on all our platforms, on NBC also. So we urge really the public to participate and really see what is happening and what the country is doing to ensure that we are not left behind as a country, but we are also within all the other countries out there in the global community. So it's just to urge them to really participate and really give their input. Come and network. If there's a need for a network, come and see what young people have also innovated in terms of their solutions and so forth.
Shoki, thank you for your time and thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much.
That was the senior